Hello fellow Gothamites, welcome back. It's been a while since my last video. I was involved in other tabletop projects, but now I finally have more time to come back to my Batman channel and film some battle reports for the Batman Miniatures game and Gotham City Chronicles. Today we will see the Batman and the GCPD face off against Bane and his mercenaries in a game of Batman Miniatures game 3rd edition. Since the Soldiers of Fortune got their new Objective card decks, now we will see those in action today. So without further ado, let's take a look at both crews. Here we have the crews. On the left, the Batman crew led by the Arkham Knight Batman. Red Hood is joining him. The GCPD sends Harvey Bullock equipped with a radio for $100 and 3 Arkham Guards for a total of 348 points. On the right, the Bane crew, led by the Rebirth Bane and his elite soldiers. The soldier named Dreadnought has a grapple gun equipped. Bane chose 3 extra venom dose for his I will break you special rule. Here we have the miniatures ready for the action. I use the Harvey Bullock miniature from Gotham City Chronicles because I haven't painted the one from Night Models yet. After setting up the scenery, let's roll for initiative. My Batman crew is rolling the white dice, and Batman wins the initiative. After placing the urban furniture, let's draw a deployment card. It's standoff. So the crews will be up close to each other from the beginning, but no combat actions for the first round. Deployment is done. Let's take a look at the positions of both crews. Bane and Support Op taking the center, not noticing the Batman on the roof above. And Red Hood on the other roof. On the opposite roof there's the Sniper guy and the Dreadnought guy with a grapple gun. On the streets, the Elite Op with the assault rifle. And looking from the other side of the table, we see the Arkham Guard with riot gun, Arkham Guard with assault rifle, and right next to him the Stealth Op, coming out of the trash bin using his undercover deployment. My Arkham Guard with baton, and coming out of the back door of the diner with a full belly and a radio equipped is Harvey Bullock, using his hidden deployment. He chose not to play with the optional event card, so let's start the game with round 1. I assign my Audacity markers to Batman, Red Hood and 2 Arkham Guards. And the Bane crew assignment. First activation of the Batman crew. The baton guy spends his Audacity marker to move and jump over the obstacle. Then uses a manipulate action to deploy a suspect marker. Now I play valuable commodities and replace the suspect marker with loot, which will give me 3 victory points when I'm able to hold it at the end of the game. Next, the first Bane activation. My opponent activates Support Op and moves him around the Batmobile. Then he plays Global Offense, which he could score at the end of the round when there are more veterans in play than enemy suspect markers. My turn again, I'm moving the assault rifle guy away from the Stealth Op and cover. But in his turn, my opponent moves the Stealth Op and follows the Arkham Guard. My turn again. I am moving the guard with the riot gun behind the police car. And also place a suspect marker. My opponent moved the elite op behind cover. My turn again. Red Hood ziplines to the other roof with 2 soldiers. But since we aren't allowed to make combat actions in the first turn, I deploy a suspect marker. My opponent moves Dreadnought up to help his sniper guy against Red Hood in the next round. Now I decide to just wait with Batman for a better opportunity next round and did nothing with him. My opponent moves the sniper guy out of the way. I choose to activate Bullock and declare a snitch. I place the suspect marker, which is now the snitch. I can score this card at the end of the round if no enemy model is within 4 inches of the snitch. Bane just moved along the center into my territory. And he plays free for all, which he could score at the end of the round. All activations done for this round. Let's head into the recovery phase. My opponent plays Ground War, which he scores because he has 2 models at a scenery element, the Batmobile, which is up to 8 inches within my deployment zone. I will score the snitch because Harvey is a good detective. But with Ground War, Global Offense and Free for All, Bane scores plenty and goes into the lead after the first round. Round 2, Initiative. We roll a tie, but with Mastermind, Bane gets +1 on his dice roll and takes the lead. In this phase, my opponent plays Domination and places a marker at the rooftop with Red Hood and the 2 soldiers. If at the end of the round the Bane player has more friendly than enemy models in 4 inches of the marker, he scores it, but every model can move the marker with a manipulate action. We assign our Audacity markers in the Raise the Plan phase. The Bane player plays Hardpoint. If he manages to cancel 2 hits in a combat, he can score it this round. The first activation for the Bane crew. My opponent activates Elite Op and wants to shoot at my unsuspecting guard, which I accidentally deployed in line of sight. At least I have cover. Elite Op needs 3s to hit and scores 3 hits, which convert into 9 blood damage and kills the Arkham Guard outright. And he drops the loot for someone to pick it up. I am looking at you, Harvey. Maybe now I get some revenge. Red Hood attacks Dreadnought in close combat. He spends 3 effort and needs 3s to hit. But he whiffs with 3 once. My opponent spends 2 effort and defends on 4s. And cancels 1 hit. So Red Hood causes only 2 stun damage. Damn. Red Hood then moves into contact with the sniper to prevent him from shooting this turn. Bane's turn again. Support Orb moves and fires a smoke grenade. Blinding my 2 Arkham guards. Then he deploys a suspect marker and also plays cyber attack. Now he chooses 2 enemy suspect markers and rolls for the timer. If the countdown reaches 0 and the enemy suspect markers are still there, he could score the card. He chooses these 2 suspect markers. And the counter is 6 activations until the card can be scored. My turn again. I choose Batman and use the Bat Claw to move next to the stealth guy and try to take him out. I spend 3 effort to boost my attack. My opponent cannot spend any effort to defense since I can use my sneak attack rule. Batman needs 3s to hit and scores only 4 hits. Stealth Orb defends on 5s, but cancels only 1 hit. These convert into 6 stun damage, which KOs Stealth Orb. I can score They Must Know Pain, because I caused 6 damage in a melee fight. Bane activates and moves closer to the Batman and plays Invasion. He can now deploy a suspect marker within 4 inches of an enemy and a scenery element and rolls for a timer. My opponent rolled a 1, so after 1 activation he can score Invasion. I have to react fast to cancel Invasion and move my assault rifle guy into contact with a suspect marker. With Manipulate, I can get rid of it. Now I can play and score Calm Through Everything, since I revealed an enemy suspect marker, getting me 2 victory points. My opponent activates Dreadnought to attack Red Hood. We were not sure about the timing for this, but I play Secure the Perimeter as a resource to remove a friendly suspect marker for a ranged attack. Maybe you can clarify this in the comments for me. The attack hits on 3s. And 1 stun is enough to KO Dreadnought. Since this was the 6th activation, Bane scores Cyber Attack for 2 victory points. My turn again, and I activate Riot Gun Guy. Move him in contact with the KO'd Stealth Orb and arrest him. Now I can play Get Them Off the Streets to score 3 victory points for the arrest. The Bane player moves Sniper Orb out of the way of Red Hood. I activate Bullock and play another Snitch. Doing his work unseen by the enemy. My opponent countered this by playing Osito to exchange the Snitch with a cute and cuddly teddy bear. When the Bane crew gets in possession of the Osito, by the end of the game they can score it. Since Harvey now seems to be the target of the Bane crew, he picks up the bear and hides behind the crapper, holding the bear tied to his chest. All activations done now in the recovery phase. Dreadnought tries to recover from the KO, needing 5s or less, but stays down. Round 3, Initiative. Again a tie, but due to Mastermind, Bane takes the lead again. Bane activates first and uses a Venom Dose to attack this tiny guard, which could have shot Bane if Batman's crew would have taken the lead this round. Bane needs 2s to hit the poor guard guy and completely annihilates him in front of Batman. After that, Bane plays Search and Destroy and scores it because he scored 2 hits in a fight where he spent at least 2 efforts. Now I activate Red Hood and attack the sniper guy on the roof. Red Hood hits on 3s, scoring 3 hits. Sniper guy needs 4s to defend, cancelling 1 hit. And Red Hood spends 1 effort to use his takedown special skill and eliminates the KO sniper guy for good. Lucky Batman didn't see this. My opponent activates Support Up and fires a grenade on Batman and the Arkham Guard, needing 3s to hit and hurting the guard with 2 blood and 2 stun. And also hitting Batman for 1 blood and 1 stun. After that, he moves back to cover. I activate my riot gun guy and he fires back to Support Up, hitting him on 3s for 2 stun damage. Then I move him into cover. My opponent activates Elite Op and moves him and deploys a suspect marker. Also scoring Black Ops because he placed the suspect marker near an enemy model that can't see him, which is Bullock. Now Batman decides the mission is more important than fighting the monster and moves into contact with the enemy suspect marker. And I can score following the clues, because I removed an enemy suspect marker with the detector. Since my opponent did all his activations, I use Bullock to place another suspect marker, and you guessed it right, it's the 3rd snitch. Recovery phase. Dreadnought tries to recover for 5s or less. And recovers. My Arkham Guard with assault rifles stays down instead. 4th and final round, Initiative. I score a 4 and take the lead this time. I play Confusion as a resource and can give one of my models +3 to the basic movement. I choose to activate Batman. He uses his Batclaw to move to the loot marker, picks it up, and moves onto the roof of the diner. It seems that the loot is more important than anyone thought. Bane activates Elite Op and moves him and deploys another suspect marker. And scores Black Ops again. I activate Red Hood and he takes a shot against Dreadnought, needing 3s to hit. I score 4 hits, which will convert to 4 stun and 4 blood damage. Then I play non-lethal ammo and cause no blood damage but 8 stun instead, KOing Dreadnought again. Seems that Red Hood is not always a killer. He attacks the next poor Arkham Guard. Scoring 7 hits. I cancel none, which KOs the guard. Bane scores another Search and Destroy. Bullock just hides with the teddy bear and does nothing. My opponent did nothing with Support Op, but plays Global Offensive, which scores another 3 victory points, because there are more veterans than enemy suspect markers in play. In the end phase, Batman secured the loot for 3 more victory points, but that isn't enough to beat the Bane crew and the game ends 21-19 for the Soldiers of Fortune. So here we are. What a tight game that was. Only 2 points difference, and in almost every game round we had so many options to score more points or deny the opponent to score. Very interesting start deployment to be right next to your enemy but not allowed to attack, so you have to be in a good attacking position for the second round. I think one of the turning points was when the Bane player denied the second snitch card with the Osito card. He couldn't score the Osito card but denied me 3 points that would have been enough to win the game. But as I said, the game was very close until the end and nobody could say who could win. I decided to avoid Bane with Batman and Red Hood to go for the other crew members of the soldiers. In the end, Batman didn't score that many points, I think 6, and Red Hood scored 2 points, but they managed to take out several enemies that could have scored also. I think when I want to take out Bane, then I have to gang him up with both Batman and Red Hood. Maybe next time. I could have taken a shot with my assault rifle at Bane, but I lost the initiative round, so that would be an option next time. Okay folks, I think that's enough for today. I hope you had fun with this battle report. Leave a like and maybe comment about the timing of the resource cards, and maybe point out what you think about what I could have done different in the game. Would you go for Bane and try to take him out? Please leave a like and subscribe to my channel, and we will see each other next time when there is yet another shadow over Gotham.